What's going on, guys? It's Loki here, or you can just call me Lewis, and today I'm going to tell you a pretty crazy story of the time that I was actually in school and I got into a bit of trouble with the cops. So basically the story started off with me just, in class, and I basically just was sick of the class and didn't want to do it anymore, and I told the teacher that I'm leaving and I was going to go wait in the control area is what they called it, and basically it's a skipping area is what it really was. You just say you're taking 5 and you stay out there the whole class and don't do shit. Everybody does this all the time. I rarely did it. Like, I was like a really bad kid in school, but I didn't even like to skip because I thought it was kind of boring. Just walking around the whole time is just fucking stupid to me. I'd rather just show up to the class. So I rarely did this, but if I wanted a break or something and I wasn't feeling school or I was tired or some shit, I'd go into this little refocus area. That's what it was called. Whatever I said before, I don't know if I said refocus, but I'm pretty sure I didn't, but it's called the refocus area. And basically you would just go there to chill. Everybody did it all the time, and I went there this day because I wasn't feeling it. I was tired. I remember that I was tired, and I was tired and I wasn't feeling it, so I just decided to go out into the little refocus area. So there was already other kids there, probably like 4 other kids, and out of nowhere the little counselor chick, whatever, adjustment guidance counselor, whatever the hell you want to call her, she comes into the little area, and I was a part of a little program in the school. So this counselor lady was basically our boss. Like, we didn't go to the principal. If we got in trouble, we'd go to her office. And yeah, so she came out of nowhere and just started complaining that I was in the side of the refocus area. She didn't say it to anybody else. There was other kids, and they were all just doing nothing, fucking on their phone, fucking around, and I was just with my head down at the table. And she went up to me, asked why I left class and why I was sitting out there. And I told her that I wasn't just feeling this, so I was just going to take a break and I'd go back later. In actuality, I wasn't going to go back, but still, that's what I told her. And she started saying how I should be going back into class and I shouldn't even be using this to relax or not do work and just avoid work, is what she said, I think. And fucking... And I just got really angry because it's like something that everybody does and something that nobody ever gets called out on, but I did for some reason. I don't know. I always had a feeling that this chick really disliked me for no reason. She's not in that same program though. She's in like the other side of the school now, so she's not in charge of that program anymore. So thank God they don't have to fucking deal with her. They have a new chick there. She's alright, I guess, but I don't know how it is now. I haven't been there in a while since I transferred schools. But anyways, so sorry I got a little bit off topic there, but she started talking to me about going back into class, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna sit there. I'm just gonna chill because I didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to like relax and just get a minute to myself. And she started getting mad and saying, well, if I don't move, I'm gonna have to go to the office, or I'm gonna have to get suspended, or she's gonna have to call my parent. It was something stupid like that, and I was just like, that's fucking dumb. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not leaving just because you want me to. You can see that there's other kids here, and you didn't say a word to them. And then she said how they all had excuses for being out there and stuff, which they don't. They just ask their teachers to leave, and then they fucking leave, and then they stay there. And even if they don't, they say, no, I'm not fucking going back, and then they start swearing at the teachers, and the teachers just like take it and just like, okay, oh, my bad, I'll come back when you're ready, when you're all calmed down. Being a little bitch and stuff. But anyways, after arguing for a little bit, she finally decided to call security, and when security came, they came with 2 people. It was one of the girls and one of the older kind of security guards. He's like not really old, but he has a little belly, and he's older than most of the security guards. So the older security guard went up to me and started asking me to move because I'm being escorted out or whatever to the office. I don't even know where the hell they wanted me to go, but as soon as the security came, I got really angry and I just started swearing at the teacher. Honestly, I was kind of being like a dick. Like, I used to swear at teachers a lot, to be honest. I have a couple of stories that you guys are going to hear about that. But basically, I just told her to go fuck herself, and I'm not going to do any of that shit. I'm not going to get too in depth what I said because I said some mean things that I don't really feel like repeating because there's like really no point. But anyways, after all that, they finally just decided to start escorting me, grabbing my arm and start like pulling me out of the fucking room, and that makes me angry. So midway out the hallway next to the stairs, I tell him to get the fuck off me, and I push him, one of the security guys, the older guy. I start yelling at him not to fucking touch me, and I get up right in his face and I tell him I'm gonna piece him right now. Like if he wants like drama like that, we can fight, we can go 1 for 1. I'll 2-piece him, bang bang, like fist 2-piece, like I'm gonna punch him 2 pieces, 2 fists. I don't know how the fuck to explain it. Like, I was trying to explain it in court and it just didn't go well, because obviously a piece can mean a gun, and when I said I'm gonna piece you, he took it as I'm gonna shoot you, and he just like, his face was so distraught, and he was like, "What'd you say?" And then he grabbed me really quick with the fucking lady guard and then 2 other security guards, because security guard is at the bottom of the stairs. The security desk and stuff is at the bottom of the stairs that we were at, and 2 other security guards run up because they hear us yelling at each other and shit, and they're all on top of me right now, cuffing me and shit. And then they lifted me off the ground and stuff, and we start walking out of the school, doing the little walk of shame with one of the security guards. I guess he's an actual police, like, and he works in school part-time. We're walking to his car, which he parks inside the parking lot at school. We're just doing that little walk of shame. I walk past the cafeteria because you have to on the way out, and all the windows are there on the walk to the driveway, so everybody was just looking at me. I just seen him through the window. Everybody was just like staring at me getting walked out. He put me into the backseat of the car, and we waited about like 20 minutes for him to get the whole story from the other security guards of what happened, and basically why they cuffed me and everything. After that, we started heading to the holding cells that they were going to be holding me in my city, the downtown of my city. They have this police station, and basically they were just questioning me, basic stuff like my age, my weight, random shit that they just had to put on file, because they were just asking me a bunch of random questions about myself. Before we took the mugshot, he started patting me down, very thorough to make sure to get everything. I had to take off my shoes, and he took off the string on my joggers. I was wearing joggers, and he cut that off, and I had the cuffs on me still at this time where he was patting me down. And when he went to go cut the string off the jogger, he looked at me and said, "Don't move. You don't want to know how many dudes' penises I chopped off doing this." And I was just like, all right. Like, I knew it was a joke. I hope it was a joke. I don't really know if he was joking, but it probably most likely was a joke because it was fucking scissors. So thinking it was a joke, I just giggled. Whatever. Not a big deal. I didn't think much of it. After he took everything off of me, he put me in a cell where I sat there for about 2 or 3 hours, and it was just solitary boredom. I guess the station was really busy. All the cops were busy, so no one could bring me at the time. And also we had to wait for the school day to end so they can give the full story to the cops and tell them exactly what happened, and so they could prosecute me like adequately or whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Like, basically get all the information before locking me up is basically what they were trying to do. So after waiting for mad long, the officer that patted me down and made that little joke about snipping off my penis with scissors was bringing me to the courthouse, the actual courthouse where I'll be prosecuted. Or I don't even know if it's called prosecuted. It wasn't like a really big trial or anything like that. It was just fucking, I had to go before the judge and talk to him about what happened, and they're gonna see what they do with me. I guess that's called prosecuting, but I don't know. Prosecuting is just like a really big word for it. It makes it sound like I fucking like murdered 100 people. Anyways, we got there, and fucking they put these feet shackles on me, and they put the handcuffs on my hands, and they put me in a room like a holding cell I was just in, but it was bigger, and there was a bunch of benches, and there was a lot of people in them. All right, the whole benches were full, and everybody was talking to each other like they fucking get arrested weekly, and they already knew each other, just saying what's up, like a fucking casual day in jail, like no biggie. I'm gonna get out, and then I'll see you guys next week in the same spot, right? So that was fucking weird. I thought that was weird. I just sat on the opposite side of the room, and I was just sitting near the toilet. Where the toilet was, there's a little wall next to the toilet, and I was just sitting on that wall all day, just watching them talk to each other for about an hour. No, about a half hour, and then they brought me to another room, which is upstairs, which was like right before you were gonna see the judge. So they took me into the upstairs room, and I was sitting there for about another like 20 minutes, maybe a half hour, and then this lawyer guy went up to the door and asked me if I'm going to be representing myself or I want a lawyer, blah blah blah. I had to pay for it later. I was just like, I'm just going to represent myself because I'm a well-spoken person, I like to think, and I think if I just show that I'm a well-spoken person and be calm and just try to talk to the judge myself one-on-one, I think that I can get myself off scot-free. So I said, I don't want no one. I'll just defend myself. And we went in front of the judge, and basically he was just talking to me about what I did, why I did it, and he had me explain the whole peace situation where I said I'm gonna peace him, and I tried to explain it was just a fight. Like I was mad and I was angry and I was threatening to fight him, and this random guy pulled me out on the side. I don't know who he was, but he was like with the judge, and he like spoke in the judge's ear after he spoke to me. I don't know, I guess he was like the judge's helper or whatever, but he brought me out in the hallway real quick in the middle of the trial. to talk about a resolution on what to do. And he said, I was thinking giving you 26 hours of community service, and you just do that and it'll be all set. You don't have to pay anything to the court or anything. I was just like, I was thinking that's fucking stupid, because I said I was gonna piece him, as in fight. So it was just a threat to fight him, and I didn't even do anything. I got fucking locked up for basically saying something, which is, you know, against my freedom of speech. But, you know, I guess I can kind of understand, because it was a threat, but still, that's kind of stupid. Nothing was done, and I got 20-something hours of community service. So for the next couple of weeks after that, I just kept going to community service every Saturday and Wednesday, meeting up a bus with a bunch of random ass people. There's some cool stories about that too, so it's gonna be a story on the channel about the community service. But basically, I just did that for a couple of weeks till my sentence was over, and that was it. I just called it a day. It was no big deal. I didn't, like, every time I seen that guard in the hallway, or that fucking security guard, whatever you want to call him, in the hallway, he always says hi to me, or he just says something casually in the hallway, like it wasn't even a fucking big deal, like nothing ever happened. So there was definitely no hard feelings, and I don't really care, to be honest, because I didn't really do anything. But yeah, that was about it, guys. That was the whole story. Sorry if it was kind of long. I'm recording right now and it's at 13 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that long, because I'm going to cut out a lot of it, but you know, it's probably going to be a long story either way. If you guys did enjoy the story at any point in time, though, please leave a like. You guys can comment down some feedback or some suggestions for videos, and I'll definitely read them. I read all my comments. I'd appreciate it if you guys would share this video with anybody that you think might enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I've been Loki, and I'm out. Peace.